Hi guys, welcome to Creative Frame of Mind. I am so glad you're here. So I am standing in front of a project that has been in the works for several months now. My husband and I have been working on this project off and on for 3 or 4 months, and we're about to finish the structure. We've been wanting to get into the short-term rental game for a while. You know, there's lots of different things available. There's a lot of different things out there. There's tiny homes, there's shipping freight containers, the freight container. There's like a bunch of different things you can do. So we landed on this because it was something that we could do ourselves, and it was interesting looking. But I think my husband kind of wanted a challenge, though he would probably not admit it. But he is pretty savvy when it comes to building things and making things. So I think that was part of the interest as well. But it was a reasonable cost for us to kind of dip our toe in the water to see if it was something that we wanted to do. Also, we have a really nice view, so that was one of the reasons that we chose this spot on our property. We purchased plans from this company called Trillium Domes. They're also called Golden Trillium Geodesics. I think I got that right. And they have a really good video up on YouTube about a build that they did in Hawaii, so I will definitely link that below, and you guys can check that out too. We have 2 small kids, we do have a farm, so like we have a lot going on, so it did take us a while to do this. So I don't know if how long it took us would be how long it would take you. I have no idea, but no, I know. No, you can get mad on me. No, go. I love you, but no. So to build this structure, we actually used all pressure treated wood. And one of the reasons that we did that, and it is a little more expensive, the company suggested that you use kiln dried wood. We wanted to use pressure treated because it is kind of wet here. Anyway, long story short, if we built this again, I don't know that we would use all pressure treated wood. We did want something that would definitely hold up to the elements, but you know, we probably would just use it. If we built it again, we'd probably just use it on the baseboards here and probably on the decking and that kind of thing. That would be all we would use for the pressure treated wood. So, I mean, you know, you learn as you go, and so that's what we basically learned. So, bought just regular windows. They suggested to do like polycarbonate windows, which is what we did for the skylight. You'll see that in a minute. But we decided to just get regular windows, but we're going to box them out. So instead of them being like this and water kind of running in, they're going to be boxed out so that the water will drain properly. If that makes sense. So the window won't lay like this, it'll lay like this, and so the water will drain off of it properly. This is the water draining off of it properly. Yeah, so this is about 20-foot diameter geodesic dome. It is about 300 square feet, and the ceilings are about 13 feet high, so it is quite tall in there. It has 4 windows. They're all different geodesic shapes that my husband built. He basically did all of those at once, and then we brought them out and we're building the structure as we went. So this of course is going to have a lot of insulation on the exterior, so we are going to be applying great stuff here between the seams. It's going to have an ice water membrane on the exterior as well as shingles. So we have a long way to go. Hopefully not a long way, but we have some stuff to do still. This can actually be built with what they call the bevel method, which means that you have no seams at all. So you guys can tell we obviously have seams, we have spaces between the pieces. Calls them cleats. Essentially, it's almost like a little ledge shelf. around? Yeah, let's run around. Can I chase you? Nah. I'm good. You sure? Why isn't Mommy narrating this? I'm gonna wag my tail. I hear Mommy talking to me. I'm gonna wag my tail. Nope. I'm gonna sniff the ground, because why not? Because our little mommy threw berries down there in the grass. So, maybe I could find another berry. I'm gonna bark at the air. I gotta go see what's going on up there. I gotta go see.
Off of the trailer.
So what you see here is a scaffolding that we made with 2 ladders. Now, this is actually how this ladder is meant to be used. So it's 2 ladders that connect to each other, and you can actually separate them and use them as a scaffolding. So if this is the best possible solution, but we are actually using it correctly. So when we got to this height of the install, we had a problem. At this point, it was probably about 10 feet high. So we had to figure out a way to be able to get the shape up so that we can install it. So the pulley system that we devised involved 2 handles on the piece that we were trying to install, and then these long boards that were helping us lift the piece up, where we had another 2 metal handles that would help us lift up the piece and keep it in place. Now that also worked because we had ropes that were connected to both the piece and ropes that were on those 2 large pieces of lumber that were helping us lift up the piece we were trying to install. And then we would give more tension or slack and kind of get the piece where we wanted it to be, and then we would screw it in. And it was a little bit of a rustic system, but ultimately it did work to help us install pieces that were higher up on the dome. Okay, guys, so installing the skylight. I'm not going to lie, it was a huge pain in the you-know-what. Why is it that when you're finishing a project and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, things get harder? And that was definitely the case with this skylight. It took us a lot longer than expected. We had to play with the shapes a lot. Now, keep in mind that the overall dome shape is somewhat flexible until you're done. So once you finish the skylight, the roof, all of that, this dome becomes very solid. It becomes a very strong shape. But until you get there, the actual pieces are somewhat flexible, which was something we kind of learned in the process of building this. We just had a lot of trouble with these shapes. We don't know if the measurements were slightly off. This is a very measurement heavy project, but I just wanted to tell you guys that we had a lot of fun building this building, but this skylight was not part of that fun. It was a pain. So just know that when you're watching it. Okay, guys, I did sweep. I guess I did not get everything, but I did actually sweep. So, we have the stairs. I think these stairs are actually going to be modified. But here's the doorway. It has like a little awning. You can see part of the skylight. And I definitely wanted to film. The sun is going down, so I wanted to go ahead and film. So, this is kind of what it's going to look like. There's 2 of the windows there. And then we have another window on either side. It's a great shot of some of the view that you're going to see if you stay here. Beautiful. I did have cows looking at me earlier, but there's some of the view. So in my brain, I thought you put the bed between the 2 windows, so here, and then you sort of have a kitchen area over here. And then you maybe have a sitting area over here. And that's kind of what I was thinking. That's what the ladder is. Obviously the ladder would not be there, but yeah. So it's pretty cozy. This interior here, if you can see, there is some depth. Obviously some depth here, and then that's the exterior wall. So this is gonna be filled with insulation, and then we're gonna have the walls covered up somehow. It does look like a cut off egg, essentially. So, and there's the dome. Now, there is still plastic on the polycarbonate, which makes up the skylight, and so that will be taken off. So it doesn't look, it will definitely look a lot more clear when we pull that plastic off. But we wanted, since polycarbonate scratches easily, we wanted to keep it covered for as long as we could. So yeah, it definitely looks kind of like a flower. It's pretty cool looking.
It's actually going to be put in from the other side.
Yeah. Haha!
It fits, that's the...